On August the 20th, 1975, NASA launched Viking 1. Its destination, Mars. The Viking 1 was equipped with a landing pod capable of photography, which would, for the first time, send back significant data from the surface of the red planet. The Viking 1's mission, to determine whether life in any form exists on Mars.
Even as far back as ancient history, man was fascinated by Mars because it has a very distinctive color in the sky. It's easily recognizable. And after the discovery of the telescope, it was recognized that Mars had clouds. There were dark and light areas which were thought to be land and sea. And so it was thought that Mars was very Earth-like. At the time that life was starting here on Earth, Earth and Mars may have been quite similar. And so there is a chance that life started on Mars. And as conditions changed, it failed to sustain itself on Mars.
Despite high hopes on the part of some scientists, Viking 1 and his sister mission, Viking 2, which followed less than 1 month later, found that Mars is inhospitable to life as we know it. However, other dramatic discoveries were made by the Viking spacecraft. These discoveries have divided the scientific community and created a major controversy between believers and skeptics. But they've also breathed new life into America's romance with the angry red planet. Some even believe that the Viking missions may have found evidence of an ancient civilization on Mars. Although the Viking missions did not discover life on Mars, they made other important finds. The orbiting Viking satellite sent out landing pods to descend on the planet. The pods registered temperatures varying between minus 225 degrees and 63 degrees above zero on the Fahrenheit scale. The pods and satellites also sent back amazing photographs of Mars's landscape. They showed a bleak topography like deserts on Earth, and spectacular bursts of light on the horizon at sunrise. Other features of Martian geography were strikingly similar to Earth's. Impressions of depleted rivers with thousands of tributaries. Extinct volcanoes, one of which is 3 times as tall as Mount Everest. 2 polar caps, where the ice is easily visible. And endless deserts, which some scientists believe are frozen seabeds, where the ice is covered with sand and dust. One of these deserts, Cydonia, has several intriguing features. These symmetrically formed mounds in the Cydonian desert seem to resemble the pyramids in Egypt. Their near-perfect proportions have roused the curiosity of many scientists. But even more curious than the pyramids is a sphinx-like formation 10 miles away, the face on Mars. What forces could have worked to create such a phenomenon? Could the face be the product of natural erosion? The symmetry of the face, the detail of its features, argue that its existence is not simply a caprice of nature. 2 years after the Viking mission, 2 computer engineers under contract to NASA noticed the face in a journal and began to dig through the original Viking photographs.
I did not think that it was really there because it looked too perfect like a face. I went to the National Space Science Data Center, and after doing a search, I found the picture right there in front of me and labeled head, and it was a picture of the face in Cydonia. So there was no mistaking that NASA had identified this picture as resembling the human form of a face.
Using a sophisticated computer technique to analyze the photographs, DePietro and his partner Gregory Molinar put the face under minute scrutiny.
After doing our enhancing techniques, we were able to bring out details that were much greater than the raw pictures that we had. Within the eye cavity of the feature, there appeared to be what looks like an eyeball.
Geologist Michael Carr, the leader of the Viking orbiter photographic team, believes that the face is merely an accident of nature.
I have found other pictures that look like other natural or unnatural things. There's a particularly amusing one of Kermit the Frog. It just looks like Kermit the Frog. And I can't myself place any scientific value to that any more than I can the face on Mars. It's just one of those oddities of nature, just as you see clouds assumes certain shapes, Spanish galleons and so forth.
Interestingly, DePietro and Molinar found a second photograph, taken at a different time, which seemed to verify that the face looked exactly the same, regardless of the light or the camera angle.
After searching the files, we found that there was a picture made 35 days later, and not only did it confirm that the object was still there, but there was more detail to be seen.
I was very impressed because they had gone to the trouble of finding 2 photographs of the face, not just one. And I remember particularly being impressed by the fact that they appeared to have found what looked like an eyeball. You can see a dark depression in the middle of the eye socket on both pictures, clearly visible. And I remember thinking, well, if one finds something that looks like a carved face and one finds what looks like pyramids, then someone should look into it further.
Another computer scientist working independently used a different technique of photographic enhancement based on shadow depth. He found a detail in his copy of the Viking photos that the others had missed. Teeth. In addition to finding details on the first face, DePietro and Molinar also found another face-like formation on Mars, thousands of miles away from the first face on the other side of the planet. Its measurements were extremely similar to the Cydonia face.
Well, I just think it's a natural oddity. It's probably a combination of geologic factors. Mars is such an exciting place. It has so many really intriguing science problems. It's frustrating to see people focusing on this one peculiar rock on the whole planet.
I believe that we have raised an issue and that the scientific community should be compelled to look at this thing and say it is or it is not. We're merely saying, take a look at it. It certainly warrants investigation.
In 1992, NASA will be sending new spacecraft to Mars. Although they are officially skeptical about the face on Mars, they have agreed to photograph the formation. The photographs are expected to be approximately 50 times sharper than the ones Viking shot. While we were filming this story, many eminent scientists declined to go on record with their official position on the mysterious face. The controversy about Mars's place in the chain of life as we know it remains unresolved. Is there life on Mars? Probably not. Has there ever been life on Mars? Perhaps the Soviet launch and the NASA mission will shed new light on this question.